Yeah, I know. I figured that out with that. No
Yep.
worries. Yeah.
And then
No, I
take
saw
that.
Rono. I saw that. Don't worry. I caught that.
You
I
caught that.
caught it. Yeah, yeah. I caught that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just put
Okay.
that
Perfect.
this fork.
Oh, perfect. All right. Cool. That makes it easy.
My phone's in the back seat. I was gonna run downstairs and see if there's anybody lingering and soup them up. Soup them up, like soup them up.
Yes. Did Kathy answer yet?
They could come to the ground for
Yeah, that's fine.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, let's hear some clappers. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nancy Collin. I'm the president and CEO here at Second Harvest, and I want to welcome Wawa to Tennessee. I love it. compelled to be here today is because Wally's here. Wally is my favorite. Go Wally! So we were really excited when Wawa reached out to the team and talked about they wanted to make a big announcement. They're coming to Tennessee and they wanted to do it at Second Harvest. But their reason was because it's going to be about community. And Second Harvest works with 615 of our partners. It's the only way that we can get food out, nutritious food out, to the 1 in 7 individuals and the 1 in 6 children that are food insecure. So this partnership, the fact that Wawa is focused on health, hunger, and heroes is perfect, and it aligns with our mission to nourish and empower our neighbors so they can thrive. So the work you did today, that those of you that were out volunteering, packing meals, that's just one way to get engaged with Second Harvest. And we know that in the long term, this partnership is going to continue to grow and thrive. We want your associates, we want all the people that love this brand. I was telling some folks earlier that we got phone calls from people that have lived elsewhere and they live here now, and they're like, we want to come to the event because we're Wawa fans. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is serious, and we love it. Because we like to think that Second Harvest is a pretty recognized organization. We consider ourselves a community treasure because there's a lot of people counting on us to take care of people that are food insecure. So I want to thank Wawa and the Wawa Foundation for the generous grant that they have provided us. We will put it to great use, and we'll make sure people have access to nutritious food. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to say we are grateful for all of you to be here today. Welcome, Wawa, to Tennessee, and I would like to introduce Joe Collins. He's going to take it away. Thank you.
I'll leave this up here in case someone needs it.
So thank you so much, Nancy. All right, there it is. All right. So good afternoon. I'm Joe Collins, Director of Store Operations for Wawa, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here with you in Nashville to announce our expansion into the Middle Tennessee. This has been a long time coming, and we're excited. You know, for those, we'll take that, right? And for those that are new to Wawa and have no idea what Wawa means, Wawa, as well as our logo, takes its inspiration from the indigenous word for goose. As well, our dairy farm, which was founded over a century ago, was founded in Wawa, Pennsylvania. So we have a ton of history that we bring with us to Tennessee. One of the things that comes to mind when you ask customers about Wawa is home, warm, family, and sometimes love.
Hoagies.
And hoagies. And I had an opportunity to talk to a couple folks here, so I want to share their thoughts as well. So Barb, Katie, and Susie, they're from South Jersey. Just so you know about these guys, TSA is not doing their job. These three ladies carry suitcases of hoagies from New Jersey all the way to Texas. So ladies, thank you for being here. There are Samantha and Kyle, and Kyle wrote a 3-page paper when we looked for submissions on why Wawa should be here. So he's got a literary career behind him. And he is a fan of Shorty's and the strawberry banana smoothie. So thank you, Kyle. We have Derek and Stacy. The suitcase story continues. They're also part of that group that smuggles pretzels in a suitcase to their home of origin. Then we have Lori and Mark from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. So they're about the coffee, the hoagies, and the gas. And when you think about Wawa, we think we do 3 things really, really well, which is food, fuel, and convenience. So they hit it right where it needs to be hit. There are Seth, Brandon, and Anderson. They actually stopped on the way to prom to their local Wawa. So that tells you a little bit about how folks feel. And then finally, I want to talk about Tessa and Joe. Tessa likes a ham and cheese with pickles and hers chips. I don't know that will be added to the menu, but that's how she likes to do her Wawa. And Joe is all about, he's a semi-retired teacher. He moved to Nashville for the music, which is a great reason to move to Nashville. And he's happily working in a bar, and he couldn't find a good soft pretzel, so that's why he's happy we're here. So now to tell you a little bit about Wawa and how excited we are to be here, I'm going to turn it over to our president, Brian Schauer.
Good morning, everyone. Again, hello, Nashville. We couldn't be more excited to be here. We'll talk a little bit about our expansion plans. Megan is the person that will really make that exciting and give you some addresses to go with that. We'll talk about what we think makes us a little unique and why we're excited to bring that uniqueness here. We stand, everyone that has a Wawa shirt or from the company today stands before you very humbly. We're in 12 states now, which a long time ago, I don't know if any of us thought that was possible. 18 months ago, we were probably in 6. So we've more than doubled our state count in a very short period of time. That's an ambitious period of growth, but that couldn't happen without our customers and the people that are doing the suitcases and writing papers. And the best thing about Wawa is our customers, and we never lose sight of that. We're honored that to many of our communities, we become much more than a retailer. And to people that don't know, they're like, you know, pass the peace pipe. What Kool-Aid are you drinking? There is something that we thrive on, and our associates do it best. It's personal connection, and it's pretty special. As you heard from Joe, some of those stories are, yeah, they are hard to explain. Our associates develop meaningful relationships with our customers, and it starts with simple things. Looking someone in the eye, smiling. Maybe you know a joke, maybe you know when someone's not having a great day. You know, back at the ranch, we talk about a customer relationship ladder. And at the base, the ladder starts with what you expect, basic needs. The coffee's gotta be hot, the sandwiches, yeah, gotta be good. We gotta get people in and out quickly. But as you climb that ladder, there's what we say in the middle, there's probably unexpected moments of care. So that's when an associate says, you okay, or how's it going today, or just that connection that, yeah, in today's world, and we have to be hosted by Second Harvest, they're dealing with this all the time. It's about dignity. And are we giving our customers in the moment that respect that in this world outside, sometimes that's harder than it should be. So yeah, those unexpected moments. And then our boss, Chris, the CEO, he gets literally hundreds of emails a week of just moments of impact caring. We've had associates, you know, save lives. If CPR goes down, someone knows that they're right there. We've had associates, stories that would break your heart. Domestic violence, the spouse comes into the associate and says, I don't want to go back to the car, can you please help me, and call. Associate walks right back, takes care of that person. Things that blow our mind back at the office. And I think what it is Wawa reflects the community we live in. And so our folks are able to be on that stage, they love being on that stage and making a difference. So, you know, yeah, they become a part of lives. There's a slide here. So Wally got cited early, we love Wally, but you know, we take lessons from the geese. And some people are like, what the hell are you talking about? Geese fly in formation. They fly in a V. The front goose is really cutting the air, if you will, literally, and they take turns. If you watch them fly, probably a half hour at a time they can do that. If one geese goes down, they usually don't go down alone. People have studied that. One will go down with it. They honk. It's obnoxious as all heck, but that's encouraging the one in the front. We take those lessons from the geese. So we say we have goosebump moments. And these are no lie. These are some of those just capturing moments that Chris gets emailed. That top left, we have a very tight relationship with the military. We always have the USO. We think that's the highest form of respect, to give self-sacrifice for the country and for others. We have in the middle, people get married at Wawa. Yeah, I mean, the delicatessen's good, it's not that good. But it's the connection they have with the store, don't tell it is good. We have, this is the first store in Florida. I can't explain this. That's right outside SeaWorld. He's on his knees, looking to the heavens saying, you can't. So, you know, some of you have expressed great satisfaction with us coming. We can't explain that. People ask us how we've done that. It's been over 220 years. The founding family emigrated from England. We're an American story, and we're very proud of that. Here's a picture and video of our history that we'll talk about after it's done. history matters. It defines who we are as a country, certainly a community, and we certainly believe as a company. And if you think about that, we're 220 years old. The stores are only 64 years old. We were an iron foundry first on the Millville, New Jersey, on the Maurice River, and the company and the family manufactured heavy steel products, fences, pipes. And then the Industrial Revolution happened in the 1800s. We transitioned to a textile mill. We were the largest manufacturer of cloth-based diapers in the United States, called Red Star Diaper. That was your Wawa company. Again, machinery starts to pressure the company. We go into the dairy business in 1903. That dairy still operates today, and your stores, when they open, the first 2 cooler doors are going to be those products. But the advent of the supermarket and the car really rendered the dairy obsolete, and that's where the stores were born. So this isn't publicly sanctioned, but I'm proud to say we're a company that was almost put out of business 3 times, and how it was able to adapt was the family entrepreneurial spirit, and that lives today. So we're always adapting to customer spirits. What it probably says from now, I'm not predicting anything massive here, but 50 years from now, we might not be the same exact company we are today. But I think it's important because through it all, we are employee owned. So we're one of the largest employee stock ownership owned companies in the country. 40% of our company is owned by associates. Why is that important? Yes, we like to share success with our associates, but even more importantly, they have empowerment in the moment with the customer. This isn't a business where you check up on the general manager and the floor is dirty, what's going on. This is a business that any of us, particularly at corporate, if we go into the store and it's dirty, we go grab the mop and help them out. That's a feeling of together, shared ownership, private ownership that's been really special. It makes the company distinct. And as it's evolved, so we're going to lead with people first always, but if we look at the next slide and where we are today, yeah, there's some stats up there. Dick Wood, who's chairman for 30 years and a member of the founding family, always said our job and our mission was never be the biggest, but the best we could be. So no matter how big those stats are, yes, we're proud of doubling the state count. That really just says that there's a lot of lives that we can impact with our offer. We want to continue to grow and do that more. You know, describing a Wawa's hard. I often find myself doing it in the negative, saying what we aren't. So we're not a coffee shop, but we sell more varieties of coffee than the average coffee shop. We're not a fast food, obviously, banner, but we sell more meals than the average fast food restaurant. My favorite, we are not a gas station, but we sell a ton of gas. We're not a bank, but on the bottom there, we have a lot of billion ATM transactions, and by the way, they're free. I don't know if anyone in the world has free ATMs anymore. Why is that important to our customers? And we're proud of, again, associates make this happen. You know, it all starts with our associates, and some companies say that our job always at the corporate office, if we're not making the store's job easier, God forbid they call and say someone didn't pick up the phone. That's not a good day for he or she. So those are some facts. You know, what it leads to, we lead with food. After the associates, it's the food offer. And these are some of our signature, you know, top left, what we call a hoagie in Philadelphia. I don't know if you call it a hoagie, but maybe you will know it. But you know what? In 20 short years, our food offer has really just grown and broadened itself. You see pizza up there, you see burgers, you see salads, you see a lot of things. Quesadillas, my favorite, milkshakes. You know, there's a lot of things in there, and they're not on a shelf. So you order on the kiosk, that'll probably be our biggest challenge. You guys that know Wawa know that. The menu's gotten so expansive. We're going to have to find out ways to teach our customers in new markets the menu, and you guys can all help because I know you're ambassadors. But it's hard to describe what it is. You just got to go to feel it, and then food is really what we're bringing that we think is going to be something new to the community. So again, we have that struggle when we try to introduce it to new markets. Here's a commercial that we've tried to develop for that.
What's a Wawa?
Just go in.
What is this place? Oh, I ordered there. Italian hoagie. He's making my hoagie right now. Smoothie? Yes. Latte? You guys have everything. Milkshake? Yes. Do you get a hoagie too? Yeah. That was freshly made hoagies, smoothies, and so much more. You're getting a Wawa coming soon.
That's just we're excited. If we move on, to what the store is going to look like, and we're real proud of this, you are getting our latest model. This is what we call a U59. It's just under 6,000 square feet inside. That's not a whole lot for everything that's going on in that box. 14,000 customers on average will go through that. But you can see that's our latest design. So that's a high-pitched roof outside. It's glass, so you can see what's going on inside in the brick building, so that it really blends into the community. We want to give you guys the best that we have, so it blends in the community. The community can be proud of it. These are investments. We don't franchise, ladies and gentlemen. This is all corporate money. We do that to control the experience. There's too much challenge when you have that friction. So these are $7.5 million investments that we're going to bring. We'll talk about what that investment is. We're excited to do that. The average store will hire 35 people on staff. So they're small grocery stores, as we say. They don't shut down. So there's a lot going on. But for a family-owned business and for us to hire more people, serve more customers, that nothing could make us more excited. When we look at Tennessee in the picture, we're going to start with 3 to 6 stores by the end of 2026. We'll be open in 5 years of 7. I've been corrected by our most favorite fan on council. She would know because she's going to permit up to 7, so she's going to make that happen. But over 10 years, we see 50 stores. I'd say at least 50 stores. If these things do well, which we think we will, we'll keep going as long as they're needed. And we're excited about that. That's $7.5 million across. That would be $375 million that we'll bring to the community. And believe it or not, over 6 months, it takes 140 contractors to, between the fuel equipment, the building itself, the paving, and all the landscaping and engineering work. We employ some folks, and we're excited to do that. We try to keep that local and really give back to the community. So that's our big dream for Tennessee. Like I said, chapter 1 of this was Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee's there. We're in Alabama. You can see that there's a war march happening that we want to connect east of the Mississippi, and that's really the vision that we want to bring, and you're a big part of that. So right now we're going to focus on Tennessee, and rest assured, those first stores to the 50th store, since we don't franchise, we're focused on earning every next customer transaction. So we make that pledge to you today. So I'm going to exit stage left. You're going to have someone much better than me give you the exciting address and local development, Megan Salvador, our real estate.
Thank you, Brian. There is no better time for our expansion in Tennessee. For years, we have heard people asking us to bring stores to Tennessee, and I can't believe we're finally here. We're finally here. My family and I have lived here for over 13 years here in Nashville, and I can attest to the strong roots and a sense of community that Tennessee has, and I'm so excited that we're able to bridge that gap and bring Wawa to Tennessee. In addition to that, I do see other people in the room, brokers, developers, engineers. This community has truly wrapped their arms around Wawa and helping us achieve our expansion plans here, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that I see sitting out here that has had a phone call with me or helped me work on these projects to make this happen. And we believe our unique Wawa experience and commitment to community partnerships is a great fit for this region. So with that said, I'm thrilled to provide a preview of our timelines and locations for the region. I'm excited to share that by the end of 2026, we will have 6 stores open to serve Tennessee. Joy wants the Antioch store open. In 10 years, our goal is to have 50+ stores in Tennessee. We currently have more than 20 locations under contract and working through local development and approval processes, and on the next slide, I'll share some of these with you. While we can't give specifics on timing of opening, some of these will be part of the first 6 we open next year, and we look forward to keeping you updated as construction and opening phases begin. Here they are. What you've all been waiting for. As you can see, we're excited to have sites under contract and going through the land development process in more than 8 counties in Middle Tennessee. If you don't see a location near you today, we have many more to come to reach more than 50 stores in the next 10 years. we officially break ground and start construction on our first store in Murfreesboro. And tomorrow, we break ground in Clarksville. Now I'll turn it back to Joe to share more about our community partnerships.
Well, thank you so much, Megan, and I'm excited to be leading and building the team of Wawa Associates that will introduce Wawa to you here in Middle Tennessee, make sure stores run well, make sure that you have an incredible experience every time you walk through our doors, but most importantly, establishing connections with the community. For those that know Wawa, they know community is central to Wawa and who we see ourselves as. If you look at the next slide, you'll see that, as Nancy indicated, Wawa supports causes that are around health, hunger, and everyday heroes. I'm proud to share that since 2014, Wawa has donated over $185 million to worthy charities across our areas of operation, including our 7 national partners. You know, Wawa, we kind of see ourselves as wanting to be a positive force for good where we live and where we work, with acts of service and activity to strengthen communities. And so I'm happy to now talk about hunger, and we are incredibly excited to be here, right here at Second Harvest, where hunger is being fought on a daily basis. We're happy that we're able to host it here, and we hope that while you had a little bit of time to know more about Wawa, we hope you also learned a lot more about Second Harvest and the incredible work that they do. And to that end, I'm now happy to call up Nancy and Kyle to accept a $5,000 grant for the incredible work that they do. And also Dick Brown. Wally, could you come up here, fly up here?
Let's, if we can make a quick announcement. So what folks may not have known that today we have a volunteership running at the same time. When you came in and had all the wonderful homey sandwiches and coffee and everything that's working there. And so I wanted to announce what we've had. Just project, thank you, Bert. So we wanted to pack, so that group came in and packed 42 boxes, which equals 294 bags, but more importantly, each bag contains 4 meals, so that was 1,176 meals. And then along with the donation, if you don't know, if you want to know, every dollar equals 4 meals here at Second Harvest. So along with the $5,000 donation, that's an additional 20,000 meals. So thank you for that.
And before I let Dick sit down, I want to make sure I get his name right. Dick Brown, Senior Director of Community Engagement Partnership. Thank you. And next, our focus is health. I'm happy to announce a grant in the amount of $5,000 to Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital of Vanderbilt to support child life programs that provide care and comfort to patients and families. I'd like to invite up Karen Hunter Lowry, Senior Director, CMN Development, to share more about these impactful programs.
Thank you. I get to follow all of this. It's daunting. But I am with Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, and we started caring for children in the 1920s when the polio epidemic was kind of running rampant. Thankfully, not anymore. We provided 546,877 patient visits last year at our hospital. So that equates to, I never know whether to cheer for that or be really concerned, but that's just kind of, you know, where we are. That kind of equates out to one child every minute of every day of the year getting treatment. So it's a big number. Numbers to me are sometimes too big to wrap my head around. So let me kind of put it to you in like what will happen at our hospital today. So today, 2,000 moms or dads will come through our doors with their child seeking care. That can be anything from a broken bone to the most rare and serious disease or injury. From those 2,000 moms or dads, about 163 will come through our emergency department with an urgent need. 83 will come for a surgical procedure, and 4 will be transported by our Angel ambulance staff or our life flight helicopter with a life-threatening injury or illness. That's kind of what our hospital looks like every single day. So it's a busy place. We treat children from all over the world. Every year we have kids from every state because we have some specialties and equipment and specialists that not every hospital has. And so we are equipped and ready to take care of anybody that comes through our door. As a nonprofit, we're the safety net hospital for the region, which means we are never going to turn a child away based on their family's ability to pay. And I have to tell you, we can only do that because of amazing partnerships like Wawa will be. And I'm just projecting that onto you guys. So what you guys will do for us is literally life-changing for these families. Don't forget that, and if you do, call me and come take a tour. And I actually hope you'll do that anyway. But we are, with that safety net hospital, again, never going to turn a child away. And we are going to, they will have the same equipment and the same doctors that our A-list celebrities get. So there's not a B team at our hospital, and I think that's important for y'all to know as well. And we provided just under $672 million in charity care last year. More than 50% of the patients that come through our doors are from families that are considered working poor or below poverty level. And so, again, really important. I am biased, but I'm going to say it. I think we're the most important building in the city. Right, we're right up there with Second Harvest, though. I love Second Harvest. But we're just, and I can say we, me, not me. Incredible people over there, off the charts, medical teams. But I think what makes them most important, and I think I related to what you were saying earlier, is it's not their brains, although we want that if you're having open heart surgery. It's their hearts. They are the most caring people that I've ever met. And I'm going to stop there because I could, I told somebody I had a 2.5-hour presentation. If y'all want to hear it, I could do that. But just know we are excited. My colleagues at other CMN hospitals sought me out at our national conference in April and said, Wawa's coming to Tennessee. You're going to love them. So I don't quite get it yet, but I am believing, I am projecting it into the future. We're really excited that you guys are here, and seriously, y'all, you guys are the ones that allow us to continue to open our doors and to continue to care for every child who needs us. So thank you.
And next, we talked about everyday heroes. I am, as a former military officer in the United States Army, I am happy that Wawa has an abiding relationship with the USO, and so I'm happy to be able to present a check to the USO to support the morale programs in the amount of $5,000. So if I could invite up Ann Jarvis, the Executive Director for the USO Fort Campbell.
Hello. We are super excited. You know, I've never been to a Wawa either, but now I'm really excited. This gentleman over here is a big fan. Sorry, I met you earlier. I'm calling you out. But he was wearing a Wawa shirt, and I was like, do you work for Wawa? He's like, no, I'm just really excited. I was like, oh, yeah. So everything they said on the slides are true, so I'm really excited. I also live in Clarksville, so I'm excited to go to the one tomorrow as well. But the USO has been partnered with Wawa for now since 2011 and about $12 million in giving over that time span, and so we're incredibly grateful. If you don't know what the USO is, United Service Organizations, FDR back in the day, World War II, banded together 6 organizations and said, let's help our service members and lift the morale during World War II. So long history, we've been here for a while. We have a couple locations across Tennessee. We look over locally, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Arkansas. So as we keep putting in more Wawas, we're really excited to have that community bond. Earlier you talked about it's a place of community, and that's what USO centers are. They are a place where service members come, they make friends, military spouses come, super transient population, so everywhere they go, there's over 250 locations of USO across the globe, and we're lucky to have the world's second largest up at Fort Campbell outside of Clarksville, and perfect placing, by the way, for that, because it's right next to Fort Campbell and around the corner from my house. So, super excited about that, but we just want to say thank you, and we are really appreciative of Wawa and Wawa Foundation. Thank you.
Megan, I'll make sure your supervisor hears that. It's perfect placement. As we wrap here, I just want to end with our promise that we plan to make as we enter Middle Tennessee. Number 1, we're going to go the distance with you. 2, we'll fly in friendly formation as community partners. 3, we'll take you under our wing. And then 4, we'll help Tennessee soar to the highest levels possible by connecting and amplifying all the good that is here, and there's a lot of good here. As friends and neighbors serving friends and neighbors, we don't take the opportunity to serve you here for granted, so I want to end the way we began with just gratitude and thanks for being able to be here and to be able to serve you in hopefully a few short months. And thanks again, Second Harvest, for hosting.